as we wait for the senior Rotax to get underway for their next heat race. This is the 4th heat race out of 5 for our senior Rotax competitors in association with Ainsbury Plant Hire. And Ainsbury Plant Hire once again, of course, sweeping the track after each of the race meetings to make sure that all of the marbles and the track surface is clean and neutral ahead of the racing taking place. So senior Rotax out onto the circuit now for their formation lap. It's going to be Adriel Naguar from William Ray, Ethan Bentley from Molly Griffiths, George Donald from James Tester, and row 4, George Allen and Jack Collins. Row number 5, Angus Scrivener from Alfie O'Brien, Neo Clark and George Robinson, row 6, James Henson and Louis Weaver on row 7, Ethan Martin and Will Forber just a little bit further behind. Lucas Ellingham from Ewan Richards, Alex Adams-Acton from Neum Notai, Stefan Kazmarczyk on row 11 from Cassius Death, Luca Osman-Price and Jack Gillingham. And the rest of the field made up of Ewan Charman, William Pemble, Andrew King and Francesco Borchesi. So once again, a few of the front-running senior Rotax drivers starting a bit further down the field here. So once again, very important that they make those positions up to guarantee their positions in the A-final and get a good grid position. As they charge over the line into the first corner they go. Down the inside goes Adriel Naguar, but round the outside everyone else piling through. A little bit of banging and buffing as they make their way through the first corner. One driver goes straight off, you may have just saw on the side there, over onto the grass. May have been the number 56 of Alfie O'Brien that went off the course, but managed to keep the kart in the race, and everyone goes charging through the Dan Weldon corner for the first time. Apart from that minor incident on the Willows, it's a good clean start. They make their way down towards the final couple of corners here. This is race number 16 and your 4th senior Rotax qualifier of the day as they make their way over the line once again. So it's William Ray that leads the way, George Donald in 2nd place, Angus Scrivener in 3rd, Molly Griffiths, George Allen, James Tester, Neo Clark, Angel Naguar. The pole sitter drops to 8th place, William Forber, Louis Weaver, Jack Collins and George Robinson in 12th place. Jack Gillingham's made a good start, moving up to 17th place. And we'll look out for Lucas Ellingham, one of the front runners in the senior Rotax, moving up to 14th place along with Ewan Richards up to 13th. So quite a few drivers making inroads through the field on that first lap of the race, but William Ray, number 65, keeping it nice and neat with George Donald right on his tail. Angus Scrivener, of course, who had to fight back in the previous heat race, having a much better grid start this time round. He started quite near the front of the field, was able to get up to 3rd place quite early in this one. And look out for the number 49 here, Scrivener just pulling away now from the rest of the top 10, headed by the number 85 of Molly Griffiths, who's currently in 4th place. So she holds off James Tester, number 27. There is Molly Griffiths, number 85. And I think Tester has gone through. So Molly Griffiths drops to 5th place. James Tester moves up to 4th. Neo Clark, George Allen, Will Forber, Lewis Weaver all right in there. And trouble there for Molly Griffiths, who, again, you see how racing just, they come off worse, sometimes through no real fault of your own. And Griffiths there, I think she rode wheels with, it was either James Tester or George Allen as they fought their way through Kimbolton. And the unfortunate Molly Griffiths is nerfed off into the barriers. And after running quite strongly at the start of the race, she will be out of this one, and that will really affect her position as they make their way through, of course, towards the final heat race and the repechage later on. The leaders won't be bothered about that, though, of course, as now it's the George Donald that goes through into the lead. The leaders going past the stricken Molly Griffiths on the side of the track, as the marshal very quickly goes to help her out and tries to get that kart into a safe place. Now, of course, yellow flags are out on the Kimbolton corner because of that incident. So number 49, Angus Scrivener, now through into 2nd place. So Scrivener, who looked good in the previous heat race, of course, fighting back through the field after a low grid position. And I'm sure we'll have ideas of going for the victory here as they make their way down the TKM straight once again. In towards Kimbolton, track now clear. The marshal doing a great job there of getting the stricken kart of Molly Griffiths off the track and onto the infield where it's safe. Bit of a nasty shunt there, but Molly Griffiths perfectly okay, although she is out of the race, and I think she'll be a bit disappointed with that one because she was running well at the time. And there you see the stricken Kart there, 85 Molly Griffiths on the infield. The marshals, as we say, doing a great job of getting that Kart away, but Angus Scrivener has fought his way through into the lead here. Number 49, your new race leader, George Donald, not giving this one up in second place. And the early race leader, William Ray, hanging in there in third place. The top three drivers here, they would do really well here, I think, to try and work together here and pull away from the chasing pack, although James Tester, after that difficult couple of laps there, has now got himself clear into fourth place and now trying to pull away and close upon the leaders. So there's the number 27 on his own, just a little bit further behind. Tester being closed on here by Neo Clark and Lucas Ellingham, who both fought through the field very well here. Neo Clark, number 28, making up 6 places. Lucas Ellingham in 6th position, making up 11 positions. Will Forber, Louis Weaver, George Allen and George Robinson rounding up the top 10. And here you can see that top 10 action getting very close indeed. There's Ellingham. Oh, down the inside goes 29. Ewan Richards moving up a position on Ethan Martin and Jack Collins. These drivers just on the edge of the top 10, all running very closely indeed. And another midfield move there. Number 42, Ewan Charman goes through on Edgel Naguan, number 235, and Charman moves up another position. Angus Scrivener now holding on to that lead, although George Donald and William Ray keeping the pressure on. James Tester trying to close. Lucas Ellingham, number 99, incidentally, has set the fastest lap of the race. 40.64 for the number 99. And you see him just in that group there, making a few moves through the field. Ellingham now up to 5th place, Neo Clark in 6th place, Weaver 7th, Will Forward, George Robinson, we just saw outbreaking on the inside there. Number 12, Jack Collins on the move as well, with the number 55 of Ethan Martin, Ewan Richards and Ewan Charman, 42, all fighting away. Back to our leader though, and Angus Scrivener, who ran so well in the previous race, fighting through the field, really taking advantage of that high grid position, and now leading the way as the rest of the top 10 go charging through. 1 minute plus 1 lap to go, so when they cross the line this time, they will have 2 more laps before the last lap board goes out, so they'll get through 1 more time before they see that last lap board. 2 laps to go after this one, and Angus Scrivener just pulling away slightly. The gap goes up to 0.7 of a second between him and George Donald in 2nd place. William Ray is still there in 3rd. James Tester, Lucas Ellingham still charging away. Neo Clark, Louis Weaver, Will Forward, George Robinson and Jack Collins rounding out the top 10. Angus Scrivener leads them down towards the final corner though. Number 49, your race leader, 15 seconds on the clock, so they should squeeze through, I think, before the last lap board goes out. Here they come over the line, so 2 laps to go in the senior Rotax 4th heat qualifier of the day. And just watching there, the number 16 of George Donald just pushing on a bit there. William Ray defending the corner, and George Donald just pointing ahead saying, look down the track, I'm not going to go for the pass this time, we're going to try and work together here to keep the pace going. I think that with 2 laps to go here, George Donald can see no real benefit of diving down and taking the place on that previous lap. He's just going to tag on here, get the pull, because he knows that the number 27 of James Tester is not too far behind. As the race leader goes through to take the last lap board, let's watch this battle for second as they make their way down to the first corner. Scrivener still leading, Ray in 2nd, and this time George Donald had a look, but he couldn't quite go for the up-braking manoeuvre. Race leader Angus Scrivener looking very neat as he makes his way up towards the top few corners here. Number 49, your race leader, and up towards the Dan Weldon corner he goes. 49, Scrivener leads. It's still William Ray in 2nd place, George Donald and James Tester. And heading towards the final corner now, Angus Scrivener looking very good as the checker flag goes out, and it's a race win for the number 49. Angus Scrivener wins in that fight for 2nd place. William Ray from George Donald, James Tester, Lucas Ellingham fights through to 5th position, Neo Clark, Lewis Weaver, Will Forber makes 8 positions to secure 8th position, George Robinson and Jack Collins rounding out the top 10.